I'm out here intent to hurt, intent to damage. If I knock him out, cool. If I submit him, cool. A perfect finish to this fight would be to drop him with the hands and then finish him with a submission.
Okay.
Show a little best of both worlds.
Yeah.
The striking, the grappling. That would be the perfect finish.
In the main event of LFA 210, Lance Lawrence and Javier Reyes square off at Freedom Hall.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the main event of the evening.
The last time we saw Lawrence in Louisville, he put on a fight of the year performance, riding a 3-fight win streak and proving to be tricky on the ground. Tornado looks to leave his hometown with his hand raised. Standing across him though is an absolute wrecking ball. Reyes has 16 finishes to his name, 9 of those by knockout, and he's looking to get that to double digits on June 13th. There's no chance this goes to the judges. Get your tickets only on Ticketmaster.com today and join us in Louisville, Kentucky on June 13th at historic Freedom Hall for LFA 210. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Knuckle Sandwich. Today we have a very special guest right here in Clarksville, Tennessee. Pretty boy, Xander Schenk. Listen, this is one of the young, hot prospects that's coming into the LFA June 13th in Louisville, Kentucky to cause some havoc. And we're sitting down with him today to talk about LFA 210, talk about all of his experiences so far as a professional MMA artist and much, much more. There's tug of war going on behind us, and this is about to be real fun. Xander, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you living? I'm good.
I'm good, bro. Man, yeah, super young. You were born in 2000, I found out today.
Yes, sir.
Man, how does it feel to be young and have all this experience behind your back and on your belt and really traveling across the U.S. fighting everywhere?
Yeah, bro. Honestly, it's like I never expected to fight this much before I got to the UFC. I don't think anybody does.
Sure.
I expect to go out there, kill everybody, make it to the UFC, right? And it didn't work like that because I started fighting high-level people really, really early.
Yeah.
A lot of pros like to pick their fights, and that's what I'm supposed to do, but I didn't know. I didn't have a manager at the beginning. I was just fighting the fight. So,
sure.
But it feels cool. I definitely think it helps a lot. This LFA fight, I've had 100 of big fights.
Yeah.
This isn't going to be that big of a deal to me comparatively to the other guy I'm fighting. He's fought for LFA before, but it's different when you fight me in LFA.
Okay.
So.
Fair. And you fought at a lot of different places. APFC,
Yes, sir.
Game Bred Bare Knuckle.
Yes, sir.
Dirty Boxing, Combate.
Yes, sir.
Man, where does LFA kind of rank for you amongst all of those? Because those are really big deals.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so those are pretty big deals, but I will say, in the aspect of getting to the UFC, LFA is significantly bigger because we have people like Sean O'Malley, Alex Pieta, former champs or current champs or whatever in the UFC that started from LFA. So for where I want to go, this is definitely the biggest show I've ever fought for.
Definitely. And I do want to shine some light on Dirty Boxing.
Oh,
just
yeah.
because you had this viral spinning elbow, 900,000 views.
Yeah,
and all that
facts.
stuff. Man, what was Dirty Boxing like? Especially sharing a card with Romero,
Yep.
Andre Arlovsky.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, man?
Man, it was actually very fun. I've met a lot of people because, like you said, I've had a lot of big shows, fought on a lot of big cards. I've met a lot of people, but Yoel Romero, we were in the same locker room.
Dang.
We did autograph signing together. Also, Andre Arlovsky. It was me, Andre Arlovsky, Yoel, and this guy named CJ Brandt.
Okay.
We were all fighting or signing on the same thing in the same corner. And when I seen Yoel Romero, he walked up to me, shook my hand, and I was like,
Is he as made of steel as people talk about?
no, no. But he just shook my hand, so I don't really know. But he was also shorter than I thought.
Really?
He's not much taller than me, and he's listed at 6 foot, and I'm 5'7", so he's not that tall. I think he's 5'10".
Okay.
But he's definitely wide. He's very wide.
Fair. But yeah, dude, I mean, that was a super cool experience that not a lot of people are probably going to get, especially opening the main card on the inaugural card. So hats off to you, bro.
Yeah, it was very professional. Everything was super professional. I didn't expect it any less, but it was very professional. Mike Perry, I expected a little bit more chaos because he was there, but it was a very professional, very organized, and I felt like I was in a big show there, so it was pretty cool.
Heck yeah. Well, man, I want to talk a little bit about your mindset and even your background as well. karate has been your foundation.
Yeah.
Second degree black belt in,
Shotokan,
and then
karate.
first degree black belt in
Taekwondo.
Boom.
Yes,
I knew I wouldn't get that right, so I was going to have you fill in the blanks there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But talk to me a little bit about the foundation of karate for you, especially starting out so young, and then how that has factored into becoming this like full range mixed martial artist as you are now.
So to be honest, I started karate at 8 years old, and karate, believe it or not, is like a foundational sport with grappling, striking. It's a little bit of everything. Like I could tell you a kata, and then I can show you an MMA fight of people throwing the kata in it. It might necessarily they not be karate people, but everybody does karate, right? So karate definitely helped me with my discipline, with my respect, and people call it like unorthodox striking, but in reality, it's very traditional striking, and people just aren't used to it. So I'm very, very thankful for my karate, and it's helped me introduce a lot of people, meet a lot of people, help my style, and very cool. Yeah.
So in your mindset as well coming into this fight, I saw a clip from an interview a few weeks ago for you, and a really interesting thing that you said was way early in your pro career, you used to be like timid in your fights. You wouldn't search for the finishes. You didn't want to get knocked out.
Exactly.
But now you're on this 2-fight winning streak in MMA with 2 finishes in a row. What has went into this? Have you changed up your training for that kind of thing? Is it just a mindset thing? And what has really went into the factor of now you're coming in looking for finishes?
Yeah, so 100% it's a mindset thing. I've trained hard, I've trained smart my whole career, but it's 100% a mindset thing. My last few fights, like my beginning of my career, I was like, let me be pretty, let me touch. And like I said, don't get hit. I don't want to get knocked out. I don't want to be somebody else's highlight. And that was like my thing. But doing that, you don't get a highlight. You don't get your own highlight without putting it out there. So I'm putting it out there now, and I'm fighting with the intent to hurt, not the intent to win. My objective is to hurt my opponent, however it may be. So.
Well, in your last MMA fight, you did that. Professional champion now over at SFC, Summit Fighting Championships. Man, that fight, really the timing, your fight IQ really shined in that fight. Was there anything that changed in that preparation for that fight, specifically for a title for the main event, or was it just kind of like another kind of thing for you? Yeah,
so every fight I have is just another day. The more you put emphasis onto a fight, in my opinion, the more you overthink or you over-prepare, you under-prepare. And to me, I try to make nothing of it. I've been training, like I said, since I was 8 years old. I'm 24. So more than half of my life I've been training. And it's nothing to me now because I'm just in the mindset of just fight. It's like a normal day. I decide to do this. Nobody's forcing me to be here. And with the mindset for that fight, we literally just think like hurt, damage. And I knew the finish was coming. The whole fight, it was slowly coming. I thought I was going to finish him in the end of the first, but end of the second was okay still. It was a pretty bad knockout. Like it looked pretty bad. And my perspective, it was 10 times worse. When I was hitting him, like I hit him one time and his eyes rolled back. And I hit him again and I was like, dang, somebody should pull me off of this guy. And nobody did. And
I did see where like APFC commented like, where can we hire this ref, right?
That was funny. And I love that. That was funny. And I did hear him say, stop. But my job was to hit him until I got stopped. And then so I heard that and I was like, let me get this one last off. And I hit him one last time.
Well, man, now a professional champ. And I know you said you don't really shine light or think too big of your next fight and those things, but I do. That's my job. LFA 210 coming up June 13th.
Yes, sir.
Buy your ticket. It's on Ticketmaster only. But fighting a guy, Roland Pruden, this is another hot upcoming prospect. Did you know about Roland before the contract was signed and all those things?
Honestly, I don't know anything about any top prospect that's fighting unless they're like very high level. Like they're 1 or 2 fights away from the UFC. So I never heard of him before. But once we booked the fight, it's a very good matchup for me. I like it. It's definitely a favorable fight for me. But he's going to bring the fight, and that's what I like. I like when my opponent pushes the action. When they want to fight, it makes it a better fight. Versus when they're like, oh, this guy's scary, right? And but this is another fight where my experience, I believe, will show. Like the fight with SFC, my experience showed a lot. He was calm in a sense, but most of his fights, he come out there hard, presses his opponents. But I have the aura. This aura that I have, it sounds crazy, but people, when you're in the cage with me, it's a thing. And I had that for him, and so he didn't press me like he did, but also I pressed him first. And I plan on doing the same thing against Roland. Pressing him first. I'm going to put him on his back foot. He's easily pushed back, so I don't think it'll be that hard. But it's going to be different for him just because of the experience, and I've been here before.
Sure.
So,
is this a fight that like you think is that next step for you? Because again, like he's on a 3-fight win streak, you're on a 2-fight win streak.
Yep.
It's a very intriguing matchup in my
Of course.
opinion, because it is two guys that are on the rise. I just want to know your perspective on that kind of side of the things as well too.
yeah, so definitely, I feel like for me more than him, I feel just because I have the experience and I fought on the bigger cards. But also, I'm from Tennessee, Clarksville. UFC is coming to Nashville July 12th, and I'm going out here. I'm going to knock out this guy in expressive fashion.
Okay.
Once I do that, I'm going to hop on the mic. I'm going to say something nice, and I'm calling my shot for UFC Nashville. And
Hey,
I don't see why not.
I don't see why not either. If it wasn't, the next day, I would say the PFL card as well, but that's on that Thursday. So,
exactly, yeah.
Well, I was going to ask for your prediction. It sounds like you already have it, though.
Yes, sir. Every fight, not every fight. I've said this a lot. I've said, I'm going to knock this guy out, and I never go out there to intent to knock out. But I'm out here intent to hurt, intent to damage. If I knock him out, cool. If I submit him, cool. A perfect finish to this fight would be to drop him with the hands and then finish him with a submission.
Okay.
Show a little best of both worlds. The striking, the grappling. That would be the perfect finish. But I feel he's gonna be flustered on the feet. He's gonna shoot, do something, and I'm gonna know it, and I'm gonna catch him with something, probably a flying knee. So
we saw a couple of those in your last fight.
exactly, we did, but he didn't shoot. This guy's gonna shoot.
I can't wait to see it. I love the prediction. I love the fight itself. Again, LFA 210, Louisville, Kentucky, Freedom Hall. Ticketmaster, you got a code for your tickets?
No code, but I have a link on my
Okay, that works.
all my Instagrams, on my social media. You go there, I have links for them. So.
Deal. We're gonna play a little game. I'm sure you've watched some of this stuff before. I hope you have at least. So we're gonna play a game. This is called Tap or Scrap.
Okay.
So tap means no, I'm not with it. I'm done. Whatever. Scrap is I'm here for it. Okay. So there's 6-7 things, and I just want to know: are you tapping or are you scrapping?
Yes, sir. Let's see.
All right. First, a short notice weight cut, like 2 days. Short notice weight cut. Tap or scrap?
Just tap or scrap, or can I say something about
I mean,
it?
you can say whatever you want.
So it depends. It depends on how much. Like if I'm going to 70, I'm scrapping it. But 45 short notice? Probably not. We're gonna tap.
Okay.
So.
Fair. A last minute opponent switch, and again, like a 2-day notice.
That we can scrap. That's cool.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Don't matter who they are. I'm fighting my fight regardless who you are.
Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Fighting in enemy territory.
No such thing. But so scrap.
Especially with this fight too, with LFA. I mean, it's neutral ground. Kentucky, Louisville, way up north.
Exactly.
He's
yeah.
Arkansas.
I'm Tennessee.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. So
Technically, I would assume you're closer too. So
Yes.
trash talk, tap or scrap.
depends on who you are, but scrap.
A vegan fight camp.
Tap.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Meat guy.
Huh?
Meat guy.
Meat guy. Pause. But yeah, carnivore.
There you go. Street fights, like street beefs.
Street beefs or street fights?
Street fights.
Street fights, scrap. Scrap.
Street beefs.
Tap.
Why the difference?
Because on the streets it's different. I'm fighting for my life.
Okay.
I'm down to fight for my life. It sounds crazy.
Yeah.
I'm down to fight. Street beefs, I feel like it's beneath me. So, I don't know. Maybe street fighting is beneath me too.
Like yeah, fair. A karate gi walkout, like old school GSP, tap or scrap.
I've done that before.
Okay.
I've done it. So scrap. I've done it before.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Well, Xander, the floor is yours. Shout outs, put your link, all that stuff, whatever. You got it.
Yes, sir. So check us out. LFA 210, June 13th. Instagram, Instagram, most important. Alexander Schenk, MMA, first name, last name, MMA at the end. All my sponsors, Slow Road Jiu-Jitsu, Harris Hall Martial Arts, AMF, Kobe Bridges, Mako Tech Mouth Guards, Combat Corner, Anthony Pettis, Dame Rodriguez, Showtime Group, Nevermore Galleries. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Knuckle Sandwich, all that.